All right, so we've got our next one called point slope. All right, so in point slope, this is when we'll have a problem where we're given a point, x comma y, and a rate of change, which is m. All right, so just to recall, point slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. I guess I should put little ones on these, like that. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So here we go. Actually, point slope, now I'm thinking about it, I think you learn it afterwards. So you might want to visit the point slope lesson first and then come back to this. But this is the point slope form. You can see it here. I'll just keep demonstrating, but you might want to go watch that lesson first before you try to do this. At Eagle Bay, it costs $10 per hour to rent a canoe. Nick and his friends rented a canoe for 3 hours and paid $45. Write the equation. All right, so it costs $10 per hour to rent a canoe. So again, the per hour, that's your M, because that's your rate. Okay, that's your rate. You're paying $10 per hour. And then it says I have 3 hours. Again, remember, it's $10 per, X. So we know X is hours. So it says 3 hours and paid 45. So that's your ordered pair. So 3 hours cost you $45. Okay. So we're going to plug that in here and then use it to figure out 8 hours. So here we go. So we just put y minus my y answer, my y coordinate, equals the slope, which was 10, and then x minus the x value. Okay, so let's clean that up. Y minus 45 equals 10x minus 30. Bring the 45 over by addition. Y equals 10x minus 15. Okay, so that's plus 15. Excuse me. Okay, so that's where we're at now, and it says how much would it cost to rent for 8 hours? Remember that x is hours. So all I have to do is put in 8 in here, and that looks like it'll cost me 10 times 8 is 80, $95. So your answer is it will cost $95 for the 8 hours. All right. So these types of problems, I'm going to pull this other paper out. It's driving me nuts. All right. So the next one is, again, we're looking for a rate, and then we're looking for one example that the situation happened. That's your point that you're going to use. All right. So here we have construction company charges $15 an hour for debris removal plus a one-time fee for the use of the trash dumpster. The total fee for 9 hours of the service was $195. Write and solve for to find the one-time fee. All right, so here we go. So the total fee for, all right, so we have the $15 per hour. Okay, so we're going to, that's our rate. Okay, so M is $15. All right, and then our example of basically what they did was they tell you what the rate is and then they apply it. See how they gave you a rate up here in the canoe and then they applied it. So here's my rate, and then an example of the cost function, and then telling you here's an example of what happened. All right, so my ordered pair is 9 hours and $195. So 9 and $195. Okay, remember when it's per hour, this is X. Okay, so that's how we know which is first. So 9 hours, that's why the 9's in the X spot, and the 195 is the cost. So here I go, I'm going to write the equation. Y minus 195 equals 15, which is the M, times X minus 9. All right, so Y minus 195 equals 15x minus, what is that? That's 135 if you do the math, I believe. Yes. Okay, bring the 195 over. Now, y equals 15x plus, looks like 60. All right, so right now you should be able to tell me what this means down here at this point. Okay, Y is cost, 15 is the rate. This $60, since it's not changing, must be the one-time fee. Okay, everybody pays the one-time fee. So here's the one-time fee. So without telling you up here what the one-time fee was, they gave you an example of a cost, and then you had to whittle it down to figure out what the one-time fee was. So your answer was $60 for the one-time fee. Okay. All right, let's do one more. One more. I mean, there's more, but we don't have to do them all. All right. The company offers premium cable for $39.95 a month plus a setup fee. The total cost for the setup and 6 months of service was $264.70. Write it for 2 years of service. All right. So here we have they're charging. Okay, so here's my rate. Here's X because it's per month. So that's my rate. So this is my M. Okay, gave me an example. Total cost of setup for 6 months was $264. So 6, $264.70. All right, write an equation. So Y minus the Y value, $264.70, equals the rate, which is $39.95, times X minus 6. Now, okay, so now I'm going to solve this thing. So let me clean this up. Y minus 264.70 equals 39. What's nice about this thing is all this first step does is put the 39.95 next to the X, which makes it the rate. So now I know that my rate is 39.95 times X, which is what I have up here anyway. Minus, I don't know what 39, I'm going to use decimals for a second. 39.95 times 6 is 239.70. Alright, and then I've got to bring this over there. So 239.70 plus 264.70. Oh, wait, minus. What am I doing? This is a negative. Here. Alright, so it looks like $25. Okay, so Y equals 39.95x plus 25. Alright, so same idea. This is not changing, so this must be the... it's not asking me that, never mind. But the one-time fee is $25. Well, we know that part. But it's asking you what is the cost for 2 years of service. 2 years of service. Be careful because this says per month. So how many months are there in 2 years? 2 years equals 24 months. So be careful. All right, so I'm going to put this in there with the 24. 5 times 24 plus 25. So 900, see, cable is expensive. $983.80 is how much it would cost for half a year of cable. That's crazy. That's crazy. Or 2 years, sorry. Half a year. What am I talking about? 2 years. That's not horrible. All right, so 2 years of service costs $983.80. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there because that's about 9 minutes.